This is the second part to Chapter 6. Just a reminder that in a syllable we have an onset, nucleus, and a coda. And the rhyme is the nucleus and the coda. Just a reminder, here's our example of keep. We have a hierarchy of sounds that go from consonants to vowels, voiceless stops, all the way to low vowels. So according to the sonorant hierarchy, stops are more sonorous than fricatives. Is that true or false? The answer is false. You have the nucleus, the onset, the nucleus, and the coda, and there's a peak when you have the nucleus. So when you make syllables, you want to identify the nucleus, move to the left to pick up the onset, identify the codas to the right, and obey sonority hierarchy. Usually you do that. So when you're looking at stress, individual words have stress. Sentences have phrasal stress. And different ways to show stress at the word level is the IPA mark that you've been using and accent marks. Characteristics of unstressed syllables. They're more prominent than others, and stressed syllables tend to be louder, longer, and higher in pitch, with more pitch variation, usually. Different degrees of stress. There's a primary stress, or the main stress. Start from the right. Pertain, the ultimate stress. Pertain. Tiger. I don't know if I can say that word. Waterway, and then that's the opposite of that. So, not on this, I'm going to have to practice that one. Longer words have secondary stress, as in adjectival. Adjectival. It has two syllables that are stressed, the ad and the t. Fully unstressed syllables have vowel reduction, and that's where the schwa usually tends to come in, while syllables with secondary stress don't. You have pitch, tone, and intonation. Pitch is related to how often the vocal folds vibrate, which we've talked about is measured in hertz. The tone is the pitch, and it conveys the meaning of the word. Intonation is the pattern of pitch changes that occur over a phrase or sentence, which means you know if you're asking a question or if you're just making a statement. Tonic syllables and intonation contours. Tonic syllables are the most prominent in a sentence. Are you home yet? Are you home yet? Are you home yet? So it changes the meaning and actually kind of what you're wondering. Intonation contours are we did it, where is he, where to? So you can hear the actual intonation contours. The rhythm of English. English is a stress-timed language. Their stress syllables occur at fairly equal intervals. I want a cup of coffee. I heard it in the park. Unstressed words are shorter and often have vowel reduction. So how does English use intonation? Indication of an attitude. If we talked about are you home yet versus are you home yet, there's a very different connotation to that. Contrasted stress. Stressing a word to clarify. Bill didn't leave, Paul did. So I'm emphasizing who the person was that left. Emphatic stress is placing stress to emphasize we got 10 inches of snow last night. So you can put that emphatic stress on a sentence. In this segment, I'm going to actually have you practice marking down or dividing up the syllables in the words develop, astonish, permissible, syllable, obliged, assimilation, kaleidoscope, and contrastive. And you can diagram these syllables, and I'm going to post on the blog the examples so you can look at these are kind of practice words before you do your homework.